Here's an astonishing fact. The United States welcomed a staggering 80.2 million international visitors in 2019 alone. Quite a phenomenal figure, isn't it? This just goes to show how the US has become a magnetic hub for tourists, adventurers, and explorers from all over the globe. With its iconic landmarks, diverse culture, and endless opportunities for fun, it's no wonder that millions are drawn to its shores every year. If you're one of those planning to visit, this video is for you. First things first, make sure all your travel documents are in order. Now that might sound obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people overlook this crucial step. Let's break it down, shall we? First and foremost, you need a valid passport. Not just any passport, but one that's valid for at least 6 months beyond your planned date of departure from the United States. It's not just a recommendation, it's a requirement. So double-check those expiry dates. Next up, the visa. Depending on your nationality and the purpose of your visit, you will need a specific type of visa. This could be a tourist visa, a business visa, or a student visa, among others. Make sure you apply for the correct one, and do it well in advance because visa processing can take time. But wait, there's more. Some travelers may also need specific documents like vaccination certificates or proof of financial means. The requirements can vary, so do your homework. Go through the official US government websites or consult with your travel agent. Now here's a pro tip, always keep copies of your documents. You can have them in digital form on your phone or tablet, or go old school with printed copies. Why, you ask? Well, if the original documents are lost or stolen, these copies can be lifesavers. They can help you prove your identity and expedite the process of getting replacements. Let's not forget about the customs declaration form. If you're flying into the US, you'll likely receive one during your flight. Fill it out with accurate information about what you're bringing into the country. It's a legal document, so honesty is the best policy here. So there you have it. Getting your documents in order is not rocket science, but it does require attention to detail. It's about being prepared and avoiding unnecessary hiccups on your journey. Remember, without the right documents, you won't even get past the airport. So stay organized, stay informed, and you'll be all set to enjoy your adventure in the United States. Navigating the entry process can be a bit daunting, but don't worry, we have you covered. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty of the entry process. It starts up in the sky when you're handed the customs declaration form. This small piece of paper is more important than it might seem. You'll need to fill it out with details about what you're bringing into the country. This includes food, plants, and any merchandise. When in doubt, declare it. It's better to be safe than sorry. Next up, there's the immigration interview. This happens once your plane lands and you've made your way to the immigration counter. Here, you'll meet the friendly faces of the US Customs and Border Protection officers. They'll ask you a few questions about your visit, where you're going, why you're here, how long you plan to stay. These questions are pretty straightforward and there's no need to be nervous. They're just doing their job to keep everyone safe. Now, the officers might also ask to see proof of your plans. This could be a return ticket, a hotel booking, or an invitation from a friend or family member. So, make sure you have all these documents handy. And remember, honesty is the best policy. Be upfront about your plans and answer all questions truthfully. If you're visiting the US for the first time, there's a good chance you'll have your fingerprints scanned and a photograph taken. It's all part of the process, so don't be alarmed. It's quick, painless, and helps ensure everyone's security. Once you're done with the interview, you'll collect your luggage and head to the customs counter. Here, you'll hand over that declaration form we talked about earlier. If everything's in order, you'll be on your way in no time. Remember, the entry process might seem complicated, but it's all about ensuring the safety and security of everyone. So stay calm, answer honestly, and you'll be through in no time. Next, make sure you know your destination. It's not just about picking a city or state you've always wanted to visit, it's about understanding the ins and outs of your chosen locale. You see, each city, each state in the US has its own unique flavor and quirks, its own set of rules, and its own way of doing things. Start by researching local customs and traditions. You'd be surprised how much you can learn about a place from its festivals, parades, and community events. These give you a glimpse into the local culture, the local spirit. It's like getting to know a new friend, right? Then there's the weather. The US is a vast country with a myriad of climates. You've got the sunny beaches of California, the snowy peaks of Colorado, the humid summers of Florida, and everything in between. So be sure to pack accordingly. And let's not forget about transportation. Some cities are best explored on foot, others by bike. some require a car, and in some, public transport is king. So understanding your options can save you time, money, and a whole lot of hassle. Lastly, check out local hotspots, landmarks, and attractions. Having a list of must-see places can make your trip more organized and exciting. A little research can go a long way in making your trip smoother. So get to know your destination before you set foot there. It'll be like meeting an old friend when you finally arrive. Let's talk money. When you're in the US, the currency is the dollar. It might seem simple, but do keep an eye on the exchange rates. These can fluctuate and have a significant impact on your spending power. Credit cards are widely accepted across the US, from cafes to clothing stores. It's usually the most convenient way to pay. But remember, some places might charge a small fee for credit card transactions. So it's a good idea to check with the establishment beforehand. Having said that, it's important to always have some cash on hand. Not all places accept cards, especially smaller businesses or street vendors. Plus, you never know when you might need cash for tips or small purchases. Also, consider setting a daily budget to manage your spending. This can help you avoid any unpleasant surprises at the end of your trip. Remember, it's always better to be safe than sorry when it comes to money. In this digital age, staying connected is more important than ever. Now, when you land in the United States for the first time, you might be wondering how to keep in touch with your friends, family, or maybe even your work. Fear not, options are aplenty. You could opt for a local SIM card, available at most major airports, convenience stores, and supermarkets. These often come with prepaid data plans, making it easy for you to browse the web, use maps, and stay active on social media right from the get-go. Alternatively, you could choose an international roaming plan from your home carrier, but remember to check the rates, as they can be quite steep. And don't forget, free Wi-Fi is widely available in many public spaces like cafes, libraries, and even some city parks. So whether it's video calling home or posting that perfect selfie, you're covered. Stay connected, stay safe. Getting around in a new country can be tricky, but not if you're prepared. In the United States, public transportation offers a cost-effective and eco-friendly way to navigate the urban landscape. Every major city has its own network of buses, trams, or subways, making it easy to reach your destination without the hassle of driving. You can buy tickets or passes at stations or even on mobile apps, and don't forget to check the schedules and routes online. For those who prefer a more personal touch, ride-sharing services like Uber and Lyft are at your fingertips. Download the apps, set your pickup and drop-off locations, and voila! A ride is just a few taps away. It's as simple as pie and often quicker than waiting for a bus or a train. Driving, however, is a different ballgame altogether. American roads operate on the right-hand side, and speed limits are strictly enforced. Familiarize yourself with local traffic laws before you hit the road. If you're planning to rent a car, be sure to have your driver's license and insurance information on hand. And let's not forget about bikes. Many cities in the States have bike-sharing programs, making it easy to pedal your way around town. It's healthy, it's fun, and it's a great way to see the sights. Remember, the journey is just as important as the destination. Now, let's talk about something everyone loves: food. This is no ordinary topic, especially when you're in the United States. The variety of food options available is mind-boggling. From juicy burgers in New York to succulent crab cakes in Maryland, from fiery Mexican cuisine in Texas to soul-warming clam chowder in Boston, there's a flavor for every palate. And it's not just about the food, it's also about the experience. Dining out in the US is an adventure in itself. You can choose from a plethora of options, from food trucks to fine dining restaurants, from buzzing diners to quiet cafes. There's something for every mood and occasion. Now let's touch upon tipping etiquette. In the US, it's customary to leave a tip for your server. The standard is 15 to 20% of the pre-tax bill. It's not mandatory, but it's a way of showing appreciation for good service. And finally, for those of you who enjoy a good drink, remember that the legal drinking age in the US is 21. It's strictly enforced, so always carry a valid ID if you plan to order alcohol. So whether you're a foodie, eager to explore the culinary landscape, or simply looking for a quick bite between your adventures, the US has got you covered. With these tips, you're ready to dine like a local. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. This old adage rings true, especially when you're stepping foot into a new country. Respecting local customs and laws is a top priority, no matter where you land. Think about it. You're a guest in their home country. Would you walk into someone's house and disrespect their rules? Absolutely not. The same principle applies here. Every culture, every city, every neighborhood has its own unique set of customs and laws. It's your responsibility to learn them and adhere to them. Are you a fan of late-night parties? That's great, but some neighborhoods might have noise restrictions. Love to jaywalk? Well, in some cities that could land you a fine. It's all about understanding and respecting the local norms, so take the time to do a little research. Understand the do's and don'ts. Be mindful of your actions. After all, respect is a universal language that transcends boundaries. Remember, respect goes a long way. No one likes to think about emergencies, but it's better to be prepared. So, let's talk about what to do in case of a medical emergency, a natural disaster, or other unexpected events while you're in the US. In the event of a medical emergency, don't hesitate to dial 911. This 3-digit number connects you to local emergency services, who can dispatch an ambulance if needed. Remember, though, that healthcare in the US can be pricey, so it's essential to have travel insurance. If you find yourself in the middle of a natural disaster, such as a hurricane or an earthquake, follow the instructions of local authorities. They'll guide you on evacuation procedures or safe places to take shelter. And for other unexpected events, like losing your passport, reach out to your home country's embassy or consulate. They can provide guidance and help you get a replacement. Remember, the key is to stay calm, act swiftly, and seek help when needed. Stay safe, stay prepared. Finally, remember to enjoy your trip. The United States is a kaleidoscope of cultures, landscapes, and experiences. So soak in the sights, savor the flavors, and engage in conversations with locals. Don't let the thrill of the unknown make you anxious. Let it fuel your curiosity. This is your chance to create memories that will last a lifetime. Embrace new encounters, learn from your surroundings, and let your journey shape you. After all, travel is the best teacher. Make the most of every moment. Before we wrap up, we've got a small request. If you found these tips helpful and want to see more content like this, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with your fellow travelers. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We're always coming up with new, informative videos to make your travel experiences better. So join our community and stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching and safe travels.